Hi, thank you for being here. Sophie and Holland decided to join us. Today I did my very first underpainting. It's a monochromatic underpainting. I actually ended up not going with this source. I did not like how it turned out and I painted it a bunch of times. So here's the source that I did use. And here's the result. This is just an underpainting. I will later go over it with colors. But first I will have to organize my paints, so that is what you see in the next clip. So the Milan Art Institute teaches warm and cool colors, so right now I'm going to label all of my paints, which I've accumulated quite a few. The Milan Art Institute actually teaches a really interesting way of working with color. They work with warm and cool colors, and cool colors, according to the Milan Art Institute, recede because of the makeup of the paint, and warm colors come forward. So it's important to, for instance, use cool colors in your background and warm colors in the foreground or in your main subject. So right now I'm organizing all of my paints according to warm and cool, and also according to transparent or opaque, because in the next clip I will be glazing my painting, and glazing can only be done with transparents. So the different labels that I'm using for the paints here are either a warm transparent, a warm opaque, a cool transparent, or a cool opaque. And I'm just writing on top of my little paint tubes over there. After my underpainting had dried, I started with the glazing layer of the painting process. As you can see, Jeff is playing his video games in the background over there. I actually really liked how this turned out. It was nice to add some color. You could still see my underpainting underneath, which was nice. I ended up adding a little bit of white towards the end, which I think set me up nicely for the final layer. And then I have to wait for this to dry. Jeff and I actually went to our office. We finally got an office. We've been looking for a little while. And we started ripping up the carpet, taking out the ceiling tile. It is all a little bit harder than we hoped it would be, so it's taken us quite a bit of time. This back room will be my studio, which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait. And the front space will be for Jeff. He will have his office and a conference room and hopefully some space for a meeting once COVID is done. We've been back and forth all week to try and get just a little bit more done. I don't think they ever meant to get this carpet off of that floor. They used so much glue. I figured if we just put our body weight into it, it would come right up, but I was so wrong. This is the final layer of my painting. It's the opaque layer, the very top layer. And I'm actually so happy with how this painting turned out. It was my first painting from week 1. And it probably took me a little too long to finish. I'm hoping it will get better with time, but yes, I am pretty proud of myself. I I think for first painting, this is pretty awesome. So here's the result. All right, let's go downstairs and open your box. Let's open your box. You gotta get up though, pup. Come on, let's go. Careful. It's downstairs. Downstairs. Come on. I know it probably seems like we had a great week this week just from watching this video, but we've really struggled. On Monday, we took Holland to the vet just for a routine checkup, vaccinations, all those things, and she ended up being diagnosed with heartworm. And this came as a total shock to us because we had been giving her HeartGuard, which is a preventative for heartworm, this whole time, diligently every month, and she still somehow ended up with heartworm. So I spent probably hours being on the phone with different vets, with the shelter where we got her, because we think she may have had heartworms and she came from the Bahamas. She actually tested negative on her records in the Bahamas, but from what I've learned this past week is that heartworm generally do not show up in the first 6 months. The heartworm test only detects adult heartworms, and for the first 6 months they're growing, so she could have been positive during that time and would have tested negative. Now we're very worried because this means that she would have had heartworm since 2019. We adopted her in March, and like I said, she's been on HeartGuard ever since. So we're going to do an x-ray. She's currently on medication, an antibiotic and a sedative to keep her calm. The treatment is really rough. She needs to get several shots. She needs to stay completely calm because any excitement can be really detrimental to her health. The shots make the heartworm slowly break apart, and when she gets excited and her heart gets pumping, the little broken up pieces of heartworm can get into her lungs, can get into all kinds of places where they aren't supposed to be, and clog up her arteries, which again is super dangerous. So the box that you see me unpacking here has all kinds of toys in them, some treats, all kinds of stuff to keep her mentally stimulated but physically calm, and hopefully that will help support her in the next few months. According to the vet, she basically has to be on crate rest for the next 4 months, which breaks my heart. She is such an energetic dog, and I don't want to lock her up, so we're hoping that we can keep her calm some other way by keeping her occupied. But yeah, it's been a rough week. She has been a champ so far. She's been doing really well. She likes her new toys, as you can see. She has had a lot of fun trying them out. We're hoping that she'll be okay. I'm sure you'll get plenty of updates in the next few videos on how she's doing, what the vet is saying, what path we're taking as far as treatment goes. But yes, I think that was it for this video. I really appreciate you being here and watching, and hopefully there will be another video for you to watch next week. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.